Welcome to the University of Salford Onboarding. We are delighted you have chosen to complete your apprenticeship at the university. This video will explain the onboarding process to ensure you have the best start to your programme of study. At this stage in your apprenticeship journey, you will have completed an application and attended an interview. Before you can be inducted into your programme, you must now complete onboarding. During this process, we will gather further information about you, including your previous experience, any support needs you may have, and ask you to read and sign key apprenticeship documents. Our onboarding system is Aptum. Once you have received an email from Aptum, please follow the link to activate your account. Your username will be the email address you used on your application. You'll be asked to set a password. When creating your password, please follow the requirement list. Your address, date of birth and mobile number will be pre-populated. Please select your title and click Next. You'll now need to set up your electronic signature. You can do this by drawing in the box or choosing a preset signature. You will now be taken to the onboarding dashboard. Screen 1 is a general introduction to Aptum. The panel on the right indicates all the sections to be completed. You must complete each stage before moving on to the next. However, you do not need to complete all stages in one sitting. The information gathered will be used to confirm academic and financial aspects of your programme, and so it is vital all information is accurate to the best of your knowledge. All stages must be completed before your place on the programme is confirmed. Screen 2 will be pre-populated with your personal details. You will need to enter the number of years you have been at your current address, confirm your legal sex as it appears on your official documents, and select your ethnicity. The Health section asks you to provide details on any long-term disability, health problem, or any learning difficulties. This can include diagnosed or undiagnosed conditions. Please provide details which will allow us to support you during your studies. Select all conditions that apply and then identify what you consider to be your primary condition. Please provide details which will allow us to support you during your studies. It is really important that you tell us about your needs so we can get the right support in place for you before you begin your programme. We have a range of support services available, including specialist learning support tutors for English and Maths and mental health counsellors. We will use the information provided here to begin this process. In the Education Level section, please identify the highest level of qualification you currently hold. Clicking on the question mark will provide further guidance. Some answers in the employment status will be pre-populated, but you can correct any information which is not accurate. Ensure you enter your current job title and answer the questions on self-employment and whether you are currently in full-time education or training. This does not include the apprenticeship that you are onboarding for. Please ensure the number of contracted hours per week is correct and state whether you are in receipt of any benefits. Please read the declaration as this provides information on privacy and how your information will be used. Once you have read this, please sign by clicking here. You can then proceed to the next screen. Screen 3 explains how prior learning will be identified and used to establish your starting point on the programme and any amendments which need to be made. This includes how to evaluate yourself against the knowledge, skills and behaviour criterion, which I will come back to later. At this point, it would be a good idea to take a screenshot or make a note of the marking system, as this will be used on future screens. On screen 4, you'll be asked about your job title prior to applying for the apprenticeship programme. This may or may not be the same as your current job title. Please state how long you were in that job role before applying for the apprenticeship. Next, you'll be asked about any qualifications you hold which are at level 4 or above. This can include entire qualifications or single modules at level 7. If you do not have any level 4 qualifications, select No. If you have selected Yes, Please identify the title of the programme, level of study, and the start and end dates. You'll then need to upload a photo or scan of your certificate for this qualification. Whether you have or have not completed a Level 4 qualification, please answer the questions on any started but incomplete qualifications at Level 4 or 5, and if applicable, the details of this incomplete qualification. The next question provides you with the opportunity to tell us about any support you might need during your studies. Further information will be requested on a later screen. The final question of this screen asks about your career aspirations. Consider why you are completing the apprenticeship and your goals after graduation. Screen 5 is the skills scan. This is the process of evaluating your current ability against the criterion of your apprenticeship. To assess the first criterion, click Assess and then select the appropriate score depending on your experience. This is where you can use your scoring system screenshot. When assessing, please consider your ability as the apprenticeship job role. For example, as a qualified physiotherapist or podiatrist, or as a police officer or quantity surveyor. It's important to get an accurate scan. So let's look at a couple of examples. Police Constable K 1.3b is to manage and resolve conflict safely and lawfully. You may have had some experience in resolving conflict in a customer service role, maybe retail, hospitality, or as bar staff, therefore tempted to score yourself as a 6 or a 7. However, the knowledge required to manage conflict as a police officer is considerably more complex, along with the range of conflict situations faced, and it is in this role you must consider your knowledge. Let's look at one more example, this time physiotherapy. Physiotherapy Skill 23. Make and support reasonable adjustments in own and others' practice. As maybe a therapy assistant completing Band 3 duties, you may know a lot about the adjustments you might need to make for your patients, and consider scoring yourself as 5 or 6, strong skills. However, when you consider the role and duties of a Band 5 physio, and the complexity of the patients they are likely to treat, your experience of making adjustments is likely to be significantly less, and so a score of 1 to 4 is more appropriate. Remember to use the scoring guide when considering your ability. There may be some areas of criterion that you do have a lot of experience in due to working in a particular role or industry, and so there may be some criteria you score highly on, and this is acceptable. However, you may be asked for justifications regarding these high scores. Please be aware that if your score is very high in a number of areas, it may signify the apprenticeship programme is not the right route for you. If this is the case, a member of the programme team will be in touch. Please ensure you score yourself against all criterion. Remember, you don't have to complete this all in one sitting. Screen 6 provides you with information on our additional learning support services. If you have previously disclosed a learning need, which also includes medical conditions and mental health difficulties, or would like to discuss a learning need not yet disclosed, please contact the Disability and Inclusion team as soon as possible. You can either email them disability@salford.ac.uk or call them on 0161 295 0023, pressing option 1 and then option 2. As mentioned previously, it is really important you let us know about the ways in which we can support you as soon as possible. Screen 7 requires you to read and acknowledge that you have read a number of key apprenticeship documents. Please click on each link, read the document, and tick the box to confirm you have read it. If required, you can use the Read Aloud function in Adobe or Word to access the information.
Details of Standard Occupation Summary. Public health practitioners, PHPs, are found in a wide range of organizations including local councils,
Off-the-job training, an introduction. What is off-the-job training? As part of your degree apprenticeship, you are required to undertake 20% of your normal paid, contracted working hours in off-the-job, OTJ, training.
Screen 8, the final screen, requires you to upload your Maths and English certificates and complete an assessment of your current Maths and English ability. Begin by uploading each certificate as shown. Next, you will complete the BKSB assessments. Although you may have a Level 2 qualification in Maths and English, it is a requirement of the onboarding process to complete these assessments in order to ascertain your current operating level, which may differ from when you completed the qualifications, especially if this was many years ago. You can complete the assessments in any order. Click the link to access the website. You will automatically be logged on. Check the name is correct and continue. Agree to the terms and conditions and click Focus Functional Skills and then View Course. The first assessment is the initial assessment. Click here to begin. There is a guidance video to watch before you begin the test. There are options to change the colour of the screen. Just click here in the top right corner and a panel will appear on the left. Complete the initial assessment. These assessments are used to establish your Maths and English starting points and identify potential areas for support. It is important that you do your best in order to establish an accurate picture of your skills, but a low score will not affect your place on the programme. The bar along the bottom will show you your progress. At the end of the initial assessment, you'll be given a score. These scores will be used once you are on campus during the induction process. The highest score you can achieve is 2.9, with an optimal score of level 2.0. This apprentice has scored 1.5, and with a score of 58% for writing, the test suggests that this may be an area the apprentice requires support in. To access the next test, click Exit. You will now complete the diagnostic assessment. Some of the questions will be similar, but now the test is gathering a more detailed diagnostic of your skills. Once the test is complete, you will see a score breakdown of each skill area. This apprentice has scored well in reading and spelling, but lower in writing. Scrolling down allows you to review the scores in each area and identify particular areas for development. When you have finished reviewing, click Exit and return to Aptum to access the next assessment. Once again, you will complete the initial assessment and the diagnostic assessment. Please note, for the maths tests, you are permitted to use pen and paper to make calculations, as well as a calculator. You do not need to make a note of your scores or the breakdown of your results. These will be provided for you during the induction process. During induction, if you have scored lower than level 2, you'll be encouraged to set SMART goals to help you develop these skills. If at the end of the test you feel the results do not reflect your true ability, you can retake the initial assessment to see if you can score a higher level. Just click on Assess and then retake initial assessment. Once you have completed both Maths and English initial assessments and diagnostic tests, return to Aptum and click Finish. This will take you to your apprenticeship agreement, which you will need to read and sign by clicking here, and then press Save. Next, you will need to sign your training plan. This document includes the commitment statement from the university, your employer, and yourself. There are various links and policies you can read if you wish to. Your modules are listed, as are your off-the-job training hours and endpoint assessment. These will be further explained during induction. Please sign and save the document. Finally, you will need to sign your individual learner record. Please check the details are correct and then sign and save. This concludes the onboarding process. If you have any questions or any problems while completing this process, please contact apprenticeships@salford.ac.uk. Thank you.